Time for the newspapers now. Elena's here with her look through the French papers. Of course, as we were mentioning in the news bulletin, the big summit on unemployment yesterday. Sarkozy and all the unions. How's it gone down?
Well, not very well overall. There were some kind of consensus measures in there, like a plan to put aside 430 million euros in order to suspend the social security contributions of people under 25 in their first 6 months of a new job contract to try and get them back into work. But it's the social VAT that's the big sticking point. That's the front headline of Les Echos, social VAT, the clash. This, of course, is a pretty unpopular measure. It's Nicolas Sarkozy's idea to put VAT up by 2 points so that he can then cut the social security contributions paid by employers and make it cheaper to hire people. Les Echos, in their editorial, they say that this is a deeply unpopular measure. The UMP is trying to sell that as a good thing, saying at least we're being brave and doing unpopular measures that because we need them, they're necessary. But it's unlikely to actually increase unemployment or the likelihood of people to vote for Sarkozy, according to the paper. La Tribune focuses on how he's trying to sweeten the pill of that bad news. The headline says Sarkozy spends before he reforms. They're talking about measures to kind of make life easier for the long-term unemployed, things like that he's using to sweeten the pill for the unions to try and win them round. But that's clearly not worked. Bernard Thibault, the head of France's biggest union, the CGT, tells La Tribune that he just thinks the new measures announced yesterday are just going to put more money into the pockets of employers and out of the pockets of ordinary French people, and they won't help reduce unemployment. The communist paper L'Humanité has a pretty similar take on the whole thing. They've got the summit of hypocrisy as a front page with some demonstrators there who marched against it yesterday. So they're not very impressed. But someone is, of course. Le Figaro, as ever, is loyal to the Sarkozy government. They've got an emergency plan against unemployment as a headline there, and they say that 430 million euros to help young people back into employment will make all the difference.
Yes, obviously a mixed reaction, perhaps not surprisingly in the papers. It's not the only thing bothering Nicolas Sarkozy, though, in the papers this morning, is it?
No, indeed, the judges worrying Nicolas Sarkozy are on Libération's front page. Now, of course, there are 3 different judges that front page is talking about who are all carrying out different criminal investigations into people close to Nicolas Sarkozy. Of course, if you've got a bit lost with all the saga or haven't been keeping up with it lately...
Update us, remind us, you need to.
Yes, of course. The first case then is the Karachi affair, where Sarkozy's former best man, Nicolas Bazir, and his former advisor, Thierry Gaubert, have both been put under investigation over whether they channeled money from kickbacks on Pakistani arms deals into the campaign accounts of former Prime Minister Edouard Balladur when he ran for the presidency in 1995. So there's that case. Then there's the Bettencourt affair. That's the question of whether Sarkozy, when he was running for the president, got envelopes full of cash from France's richest woman. And then there's the case of phone hacking at Le Monde newspaper. That's the accusation that the security services hacked into journalists' phones to find out where they were getting their sources on the Bettencourt case. Now, on Tuesday, Philippe Corroy, the state prosecutor of Nanterre, and another man very close to Nicolas Sarkozy, was put under investigation by police on that case exactly. He was accused of having ordered that phone hacking. Now, he fires back against those accusations in today's Parisien. He's given an interview. Here he is on the front page. He tells the paper that while he did get hold of those Le Monde journalists' detailed phone bills, there was nothing illegal about it, and he didn't actually hack into their phones. But nevertheless, all these rather close friends of Nicolas Sarkozy's coming under judicial investigation is all very embarrassing for the president.
Only 3 cases? What's he got to worry about? So, apparently then, France has untrustworthy politicians, apparently lawyers, and apparently journalists, though. They're actually faring rather better. We're quite pleased about this one today, aren't we?
Yes, this is Le Croix's front page story. The French judge the media. It's an annual survey to see how much confidence people have in the media, which has actually gone up by several, I think it's 3% this year compared to last year, which normally goes down year on year, the amount of confidence people have in the media. So that's probably a good thing. The French people's main complaint about their media in the last year is that we spent too much time talking about the Dominique Strauss-Kahn case, but the paper does point out that maybe we shouldn't take that complaint too seriously because special programmes on DSK and special magazine issues about him got some of the highest sales figures and viewing figures in France this year. So people obviously were keen to hear about it, even if they now complain about it. Now, that story's back again today, of course, in a different kind of light. Dominique Strauss-Kahn's wife, Anne Sinclair, it's been revealed today, is going to be in charge of France's new Huffington Post website. That's been reported there by Libération. He says she's making a comeback to journalism after about 10 years out of the industry. Now, she's given an interview to the French women's magazine Elle. They've got some quotes from that in Libération, and she says there that she's leaving her marriage to one side. No one else knows what goes on in other people's marriages, and now she's going to concentrate on her career. We should remember she's a free and independent woman. But of course, Libération says we should perhaps not be too keen on her choice, just because Dominique Strauss-Kahn is going to remain in the news, but the Huffington Post in France might not be treating the case too impartially if she's in charge of it.
Journalists, we're not all bad, really. All right, thanks very much, Elena. Elena with the French paper review here on France 24.